stood out to me today, what stood out for me for a long time in my life, was about the requirements that it takes to be a man. What our ideas are growing up, coming through certain things in life, coming through the streets. My father taught me to be a man of my word no matter what in the streets. Always about my respect, always standing on it, never getting over on people. Another one of my uncles, Uncle Spank, taught me about taking care of my finances, about being a man about my business financially. But my Uncle Dre taught me to be a man that's pleasing to the Most High. And as he ran me down through there for years, it gave me a different perspective. It overshadowed and covered everything I was taught about being a man before. And when you look at the requirements that it takes to be a man, the position that it puts you in, and he shared with me that, you look at like a general in an army, and this general has certain things that he must fulfill and live up to in his life in order to become a general. And if any moment in time in his life he stops fulfilling those duties, he'll no longer be that general. If he does something that's contrary to his position, he'll lose his stripes and he'll be demoted from a general. He'll still be a male, but he'll lose that position. So it's the same thing with manhood. It's not just spurts of when we feel like we should do this or do that or when it's convenient for us, but it's an ongoing thing until we hit that grave, that we stand up to these principles of information, applying it, and making sure that we stick the landing in the end. It gives you an armor to walk around with and carry in your life. And it's something that I never leave outside my door without. I don't even know how to. I'm not even comfortable without having that covered in my life. So to everyone that's here to get that, I appreciate you and I love you, because I'm listening to things that have been shared with me for decades now. And it's just being reiterated to me, reminding me myself how beautiful this thing is. So I appreciate y'all a lot. Love y'all.
Anybody else remnant?
How everybody doing? I go by Remain Thorough on YouTube. My real name is LeVar. Flew all the way here from Miami. So growing up, I had a praying mother, so I understood who God was, who Yahushua is, call it Jesus Christ. So I had a good foundation. Even at 37 years old, I'm still learning things. I'm still becoming a man. And I found Dre around 2021. And I saw the becoming a man, the value video. And just like everybody else's perspective, it changed me as well. So I've been in the remnant 4 months, and I'm understanding that men still get in their emotions, and dealing with that, we have to come to the Most High and be yielded and submitted. But the way to get over our emotions is put the Most High above everything. So the Most High works in us and changes us through battles, through our trials, our tribulations, everything that we go through. And I didn't realize that I was changing as a man until I started having conversations with other people. They're like, bro, that's heavy, what I'm saying? We're talking about some deep stuff, so it resonated with me that the 4 months that I've been in the remnant, I'm becoming a better person. I've been in the streets, I've been in law enforcement, I'm an ex-correction officer. I was also a big dope boy in Miami, so I've been on both sides of the fence. And coming from a law enforcement background, they kind of teach you to wear your badge on your chest, treat people wrong, treat people unfairly. And when I got locked up, I was waist chain, shackled, red jumper, high profile cell, all that kind of stuff. And I was pretty much treated like garbage. And I had to understand, damn, I've been doing this job 18 years and I see what people go through now. We still humans. People make mistakes. people get into trouble, you know, and but I learned that, you know, one mistake can cost you the rest of your life. You know, I don't have time to tell my testimony, but I beat a conspiracy charge and didn't realize that, and I got this from Dre, that I had the omnipresent covering over my life because of my mother, because of her praying over me and, you know, just telling me to be a good kid. So I wasn't raised with my father, but my mother did a great job at raising me up. So I look at women kind of different. You know, I appreciate women for who they are, their ability to raise us men as single mothers and things like that. I got some notes here I just want to go over real quick. So one thing I took from Dre is that, well, a couple things. When we encounter problems, two things are going to happen. Either we're going to conquer them or we're going to learn from it. And both of those things are beneficial. You know, we don't have to face our problems and just be broken by it and give up. You know, we still have to fight. We still got to go through the furnace. You know, we still got to be torched. You know, the Most High is going to burn us and let us feel it. But at the end, you know, we'll be like 24 karat gold. You know, we'll be able to shine bright. And speaking through our testimony is what changes other people. Something else I took from Dre is, as we become conquerors, we can learn how to submit every area in our life. And that's powerful to me. So sometimes I wake up, I pray, I get in my word, and I don't see shit. Like, I don't pay attention to people's opinions. I've learned that the Most High has given me the things to care about. You know, and a lot of stuff I'm just nonchalant about. I always thought that was a bad thing, but now that I see that I don't have to care about other shit, I don't, and I'm more peaceful. You know, I don't have to give energy to things I don't want to give to. So I think that as we come together as a remnant, you know, we had a class about that. You know, stop caring about what people say about you. Stop caring about other people's opinions. You know, live your life how you're supposed to, but stay submitted and obedient to the Most High. And the way to do that is elevate everything. Elevate the Most High above your emotions, your feelings, your doubts. Another thing I learned is that we can limit the Most High in our life because of our lack of faith, our lack of doubt, our lack of disbelief. And when we begin to trust in Him, He moves mountains for us. You know, the miracles begin to show up, and those are the secrets, those are the mysteries that Dre talks about. So since being in the remnant, you know, I've learned so much in these last 4 months. We had a good talk last night. We talked about 4 in the morning. I was right back up at 8:30 to do my workout. I'm ready to come and shit and take over. So now I want everybody just to feel good about themselves as we move forward, and I thank you all for showing up.
Let's welcome our guest, Sakari, Lil Bruh.